honest. Listen, you guys tell me all the time that I need to be more honest. And the one time I'm more honest and I admit that I see things, now they're saying no? Like, come on! Everyone seems to be sleeping in later than normal. Their stomachs must have kept them awake all night. The rain is still pouring outside. You can barely make out the trees from the windows. You hear Mariah getting up. She looks petrified. I couldn't sleep. Anatoly has bags under his eyes. The storm is too loud. Karen looks out of it. The cabin was creaking so much last night. It sounded alive. Gregor looks a little gaunt. I got a good look out the window. And? All I saw was rain. Great observation, Gregor. I was so hungry last night. Kept pacing around the bedroom. Karen turns to you. When is this going to end? I checked outside the door again. Flood water keeps rising. Unfortunately, we're gonna need to stay put unless one of us wants to drown in rainwater. Whether the weather improves, we'll be able to once the weather improves, we'll be able to scavenge for supplies. How close is the nearest town? I don't know. Didn't you have a map on you? I think I dropped it while we were running after Gregor. I'm sure it'll show up eventually. Mariah and Anatoly go white as a sheet. Yeah, they can't even leave now. How are we going to find our way back now? We'll have to ride out the storm. Mariah looks at you. We're down to our last slice of bread. I don't know how much longer we can put off eating. The group stares at you. It will clear up in no time. Maybe you're right. The group looks worried. They all gravitate to different areas. Gregor's fake optimism is worrying, and Mariah's having trouble. Which one do you want to speak with today? Sorry, Gregor, I love my girl. It's cold as hell over here. I'm surprised Gregor isn't freezing to death at night. How does he do it? You explained to Mariah how the size of a person and fat content contributes to their temperature. I wish I was as big as Gregor. But to be honest, I'm happy with brains over brawn. Do you know what he wanted to do for a career? Mariah does her best Gregor impression. Cut trees and sleep under the stars! How boring is that? Depends on the person, but pretty boring. You're so funny. Thanks for coming in and chatting with me. Mariah blushes a little. You make it easier to pass the time. Thank you. Oh, my baby! There is not enough Mariah in this game. There really isn't. You thank Mariah and get the others. I want more of her. You call everyone together. They all look nervous. You could cut the tension in the room with a knife. Everyone is staring at you. They're expecting that last piece of bread for dinner. You bring it out. Everyone cannot take their eyes off it. You instruct everyone to take a pinch, and slowly, all 5 of you tear it apart like a wishbone. Everyone studies their piece of bread carefully, wondering how long it will last. Karen is the first to eat hers, chewing each bite a few hundred times before swallowing. Anatoly chews it cautiously, slowly swallowing as he looks at the others. Mariah nibbles on it silently, eyes wide, moving from person to person. And Gregor just pops it in his mouth like a cherry. We do need more Relia. I love her so much. He inhaled it. It's a shame that they literally gave Best Girl no screen time. Like, they knew exactly how adorable she was. They were like, they had to debuff her. And it's like, what's her debuff? No screen time. How dare they? The group thanks you awkwardly. It's not much, but you've run out of options. You wish everyone good night and get ready for bed. You go to bed starving. Riot! AP subscriber. Thank you so much for your 80 stream streak. It's good to see you. How are you doing? Good morning. Morning. Let me check if the rain has stopped. It's still flooding. What are we going to do? Breaks windows, set curtain on fire. No, we need the windows! Humans can live about 2 to 3 weeks without food. Water isn't a concern. Rainfall should end in a day or 2, right? Actually, precipitation can occur more than 215 days a year here. But do you really think it will rain that long? Anatoly, it's been days already. What makes you think it will stop soon? Eek! Relax, everyone. Let's just see how long we can ride this out. Fingers crossed it'll be done by tomorrow. Panic is slowly creeping in. Everyone's looking scared. I will say, I do love that Gregor is like he's quote unquote like too stupid to feel scared. Like, he's like the only one who isn't panicking because he's like too stupid to feel scared. I kind of like that for him, you know what I mean? Like, it makes him a natural force of like the false positivity, whatever, but it's purely truly because like he really like, or from what I've gathered, like he really genuinely cannot see the pickle that they're in, which I think is kind of cute. Everyone's looking scared, but you need to survive. Karen and Gregor begin to discuss next options. Do you want to speak with Mariah in the kitchen or Anatoly in the living room? All right. Think instead about everything you've done wrong and how you've doomed everyone. Hang on. Could you have rationed the supplies better? You crunched the numbers one more time. You could have reduced the amount of vegetables used in the stew, but it was their first day. You had to impress them. Was there anything you could have done differently? Mariah, Anatoly, Gregor, Karen. You wonder if they're upset with you. Gregor calls the group over for a meeting. I like that choice implies they're like, that choice implies like, it's like, what about it? It's like you needed very specifically for the group to like you because it's your first day. So I wouldn't be surprised if like they stumble upon the cabin and I'm already here. But they speak with such familiarity to me. All right, talk to Anatoly. Anatoly's still paging through the book. Hey, you really should have been more careful with our emergency supplies. What were you thinking? Yeah, well, no one else was cooking, so like, why is this my fault? I'm really sorry. I was really hungry. What is that? Franz Kafka? He's reading the book upside down! That's Franz Kafka, but he's reading the book upside down. He can't read. Oh my god, he can't read. He's quite literally... I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Apology accepted. Who could have predicted this much rain? You're supposed to read Kafka upside down. What do you mean? Is that how Kafka's supposed to be read? Dang, I'm a dumb bud. I wouldn't know. You're sweet as a pound cake. Thank you. You'll have to teach me that vegetable stew recipe when this is all over. You're sure Anatoly will remember that? I think he and Mariah are at 3 hearts now. This book is a great distraction. Very well written. Oh! You get the hint and leave Anatoly to himself. Yeah, a distraction, Says the man who, is reading the book upside freaking down. I don't think any of us can take this much longer. Oh no, here it comes. I don't want to ask this, but it's time. One of us needs to go outside and search for food. Everyone is silent. I'll go. Mariah! I used to swim all the time near my house. I probably have the best chance of swimming through the floodwaters. No! Let me go instead. You won't get very far if anything happened to your glasses, Anatoly. You're blind as a mole rat, remember? That's true, but... Little guy, let me go. Gregor, Sounds good to me. Karen! His arms are longest. He's probably the best at climbing. No, that wouldn't be right. Gregor, let me go instead. I get that none of these options are good ones, but we need to find food or help. Gregor grabs a branch from the woodpile. He cuts it into different measurements. Since we can't come to a consensus, let's draw for it. We'll each pick one, and the shortest will go outside to search for food. You're not worried about drawing. You saw Gregor cut the branch lengths. You picked the biggest. You watched the others intently. Will it be Gregor? Anatoly? Karen? Will it be Looks like I've got the shortest. Oh, my baby girl! Mariah. It's okay. No, I'm not ready! I watched Anatoly forge earlier, so I'll know what to look for. Just swim until you find higher ground. Then scout the area. Maybe you'll find fish out there. Everyone looks heartbroken. Karen, Anatoly, Gregor, I'll keep us alive. I promise. She promised. No, my baby girl! Everyone watches as Mariah leaves the cabin. The silence is deafening. Goodbye. The door shuts behind her. You can faintly hear her yell about how cold the water is. And then, silence. Mariah has left the cabin! I'm sure we'll see her again. The rest of the group nods. Everyone stays up, waiting and waiting. The sun is completely set. One by one, each person quietly shuffles off to bed. You have a strange dream. The two women in front of you could be twins. One of them you recognize. The other is a cabin guest. You ask the guest to sit on a shovel. And then, you try pushing it into the oven. Her legs are so strong, you can't get her into the oven. You curse at her repeatedly. Like this, you hiss. You stretch out your legs until your toes are almost sticking in the coals. You feel 4 hands on your shoulders, and both of them push you in. The familiar smell of smoke and burning hair causes you to throw up on the embers. You can't let it end like this. You rip the metal door off the oven, tearing through the wood logs of the cabin. Screaming, you chase the two through the woods. One of them looks behind, eyes widening when she sees you. She's terrified. You've never been this angry in your entire life. You're gaining on them. They can't run forever. As you trample through a field of wheat, the guest throws a piece of cloth behind her. You catch the glint of it in the sun, golden. As if by magic, the earth splits in front of you, creating a chasm of fire below. You fall downward, screaming, as your eyes begin to sizzle from the heat. Hellfire fills your lungs. You're unable to scream anymore. You wake in a cold sweat. Good morning. Do you think she made it to higher ground? You know, Gregor, I don't think she made it to higher ground. Not sure why I think that, but I really don't. I believe in Mariah. Me too. She'll be fine. Right, little guy? So, what do we do now? Just wait? Karen. How long? It's almost been a day since she left. Anatoly and Gregor look nervous. Someone needs to go look for her. We need to wait, Karen. Wait for what? The nearest town is miles and miles away. Waiting is all we can do for now. So it could be days before she gets back? What are we supposed to eat? Mice? I got a dead mouse for you. Karen, I'm sure Anatoly will agree, but we'll discuss our next option when we get to it. I never should have eaten that much. I'm... Karen's hands are involuntarily shaking. Gregor and Anatoly just nod in agreement. They don't even need her to elaborate. You're sure Mariah will make it back? She promised. Everyone retreats to a corner. What do you want to do today? Gregor time! Oh my gosh! Wait, is he, like, knitting? Is that those knitting needles? Is he... Oh my god, is he knitting? Oh my god! Wait, this is so wholesome! Oh my god, with his big hands! Wait, this is actually really freaking wholesome. Also, whoever drew this angle, this is diabolical. This is like the sexy man angle. Wait, is he knitting? Wait, this is so cute. This is so freaking cute. Gregor seems to be coping through knitting. Thanks for keeping everyone's spirits high. I know it's what Mariah would have wanted. Don't you think? Have you heard the noises? Sometimes I think I hear Mariah outside, saying something I can't make out. Comes out in gasps, like she's trying to clear water from her throat. Other times, I can hear her crying, and she never cries. Have you heard Mariah at night? Oh, shoot. I don't think I have, but let me tell you, I've seen her. So, it's not only me. Let's keep this as a secret between us, okay? I wouldn't want to frighten the others. You nod. Thanks. Gregor will remember that. I think my goal is to get them to 3 hearts, before I go into New Game Plus. Because I think this unlocks everyone's, like, special whatevers. But look how cute this is. Look how big his hands are as he knits. This is so wholesome. You leave him to ponder Mariah's fate. I don't gotta ponder her fate. I can't stop thinking about that vegetable stew. I'd be fine with the bread and jam. I'd be fine with just the strawberries. Ha ha ha. Nobody else laughs. I would kill for some vegetables right about now. You would too. I'm going to try and get some sleep. Good night. Night. You fall asleep quickly, but you only dream about desecrating a corpse. You wake in a cold sweat in a completely different room. Oh no, wherever could I be? Wherever could I be? Good morning. Karen's looking worse. Will you cook for the group today? I don't have a choice. Cook. You take out a cutlet of meat and begin to cook it in the oven. You cooked meat. Where did the meat come from? Where did you get that? You ignore Karen's question. What's that smell? Huh? Gregor finally gets off the couch. Where did you... The 3 are looking at you, salivating. You take the charred meat out of the oven, cutting it into small pieces. I ruined it! God, like, I charred the meat so badly. Like, look at it! I ruined it! They immediately grab some off the plate, chewing ferociously. You take a piece and immediately devour it. Do you have any more of this? You explain how the meat is stored securely, hidden, so you can ration it better this time. Stored securely and yet not in an icebox? Yeah, stored securely my ass. Actually, I wonder if the reason that my player is saying like stored securely, whatever, like it's all gone bad when they say it's all gone bad. Maybe my character eats it raw. And the reason why she's like, it's gone bad is because she's already eaten it, because like my character is so like hungry. Maybe that's what it is. Anyways, I understand. Thank you. Anatoly runs to the bathroom, puking in the toilet. You can hear him sobbing for a few minutes. This taste tastes like chicken! Gregor wanders off. Anatoly returns, looking choked up. I was too weak. Left you some. Don't fight this, Anatoly. Anatoly takes a piece from the plate, turning his back to the group as he eats it. You can hear him crying. Finally, my focus is coming back. Going to read some of those books. Keep them occupied, okay? Karen leaves you with the men. Who do you want to talk to? You knock on the door first. Anatoly, you slowly open it. Thanks for checking on me. You ask if he still feels sick. Not anymore. Please don't tell me where the meat came from. The less known, the better. You nod. Thank you. You're sure Anatoly will remember that? You leave Anatoly and go tidy up some parts of the kitchen. Hours pass. The meal gave everyone the perseverance to keep going. Oh god! I forgot about the creepy thing staring at me. You know what's crazy too is I'm pretty sure that's Mariah's face. Like, when I was looking at it earlier, I thought it was like the child. There's that like child who speaks in Portuguese. I thought that they used that. No, I think that that's specifically Mariah's face looking at me too, which is because I think she's got the like creepy toothy grin, which is like so freaky. They can never be satiated now. Yeah, I think so. We've waited long enough. What's for dinner? You calmly explain you want to ration the meat better this time. No dinner. Fine. I understand. I can wait. No arguments? Perfect! Everyone decides to call it an early night. You fall asleep instantly. You have a strange dream. You're having dinner with a blacksmith, but he's not touching his food. The only light in the room comes from the oven. He clears his throat, stroking his beard. I can forge anything, he says. Your eye has been giving you some issues lately, so you reply, forge me a new eye then. You laugh, but then the ropes come out. He ties you to the chair with a long rope to prevent you from moving. You rip the rope apart without even trying, so the blacksmith uses a thicker one. No turning back now. The blacksmith takes a hot poker out of the coals. It makes his eyes glow as he scowls at you. He slowly brings back the poker, aiming carefully for your eye, before plunging it through your skull with a sickening crunch. The force of the blow throws you backwards a few feet. You're unable to break the ropes. The blacksmith stands over you, spitting on your body. As he raises the poker again, you wake in a cold sweat. You wake up to see Gregor looking out the window. He turns to you, not smiling. Take a look out the window. Do you notice anything? Other than Mariah's creepy form vanishing behind the window? Ugh. The floodwaters seem to have receded a bit, but everyone is still bound to the cabin. The trail used to be completely visible. It's gone now. Good morning, big guy. Where's Mariah? This might sound a little crazy, but every night around 2 a.m., I can hear her outside. She makes this awful gurgling noise, Like she's trying to get water out of her lungs. Oh, they don't say that in New Game Plus, do they? Have you heard her, Gregor? Sometimes, when the rain gets faint, I think I can hear her whispering. I haven't heard anything like that. When she's whispering, it's like she's trying to tell you something, right? Yes. Sometimes I hear her crying through the radio, but that's just a broadcast. Right. I think we should have another piece of meat for breakfast. It's what she would have wanted. What's gotten into you, Anatoly? Anatoly looks at you, begging. Bring us another slab, please. He clearly doesn't have the stomach for it. I can't get this taste out of my mouth. Help me. Anatoly? I love Anatoly. Anatoly has the best faces. And I think it's the glasses. I think it's the glasses because the way that the glasses frame, like the weird eye sockets, I think is the best. He's got the best of the faces. Honestly, I'm a little sad that, like, because Mariah dies so early that I don't get, like, a creepy Mariah whatever. But it kind of makes sense considering even if we offered her meat, I don't think she would have eaten it. I think she would have chosen to starve before, like, eating our offered meat. Anatoly? Gregor looks hurt by Anatoly's words. I think he's right. Please bring us more of that meat. You grab some of the meat from your secret hiding place. You cut it into squares, adding it to some boiling cauldron water. It will taste bland without any seasoning, but you need to serve it quickly. Smells good! What's taking so long? Boil it faster! Looks almost done. Patience. It's finally finished. You serve the meat in bowls. Gregor drinks the broth first before swallowing the chunks whole. Anatoly creates ripples in the broth with his finger. He isn't eating. I'm sorry about earlier, everyone. I don't know what overtook me. Mariah. Anatoly begins to weep. You look over at Karen. You didn't notice her eating. There's just an empty bowl now. Karen is staring right at you. How much more meat is left? You explain how most of it has gone bad. This is the last of it. Ugh! How could you be so careless again? Again! See, like, I know we don't have an icebox, but that makes me wonder if maybe the meat actually isn't gone, but like, the whatever I am doesn't want them to eat it. I want to eat it, so I've either already eaten it or like I'm saving it away for some time else. I don't know. You remember Karen's knife. You need to think fast. What the hell are we supposed to do now? Wait around again? This storm isn't ending. You clear your throat. Anatoly? Yes? I think tomorrow you should look for Mariah. I think you should go tomorrow too, little guy. Nobody else can identify edible plants. Please, Anatoly. You could swim back after looking. Gregor is right, Anatoly. Maybe you'll find Mariah out there. You're right. Mariah's still out there. He still hasn't accepted what's happened yet. He doesn't need anyone's help. But we need your help, Anatoly. That's right, Anatoly. Please, help us. Let me sleep on it. Okay? No problem, little guy. Everyone shuffles off to their rooms, reading books and knitting to pass the time. You go to bed ravenous. I just realized that, like, yeah, Gregor is knitting, and I believe Karen said that she was also reading in a different scene. So, like, I love the idea that she's reading, Gregor is knitting, and then Anatoly is attempting to read his silly upside-down book. Mariah. Attempting? He's like, can you leave me in peace? I'm trying to read. This person. Trying. That's the word to use. Something is approaching.
Don't be a crybaby, it's just me! Onion! Not going to be very sweet today. I'm worried about Anatoly. He's going to cave to peer pressure. Can you stop him from leaving the cabin?
You don't answer Onion.
Please! Don't you trust my advice?
You shake your head.
I got a fun factoid for you. Did you know that leaving out an unpeeled onion in your room absorbs bacteria? It'll help prevent colds and ward off viruses. That was a lie! People actually believed it in the 1500s. How embarrassing!
I wonder if he brings that up because I'm from the 1500s. You know? Who would believe that?
Ha-ha! There was even a doctor in 1919 who tricked people into thinking it was true. Ha-ha! Anyways, you know what smells worse than a raw onion left in a room? You! It's been a while since your last bath, right?
You can't remember. Have I ever bathed? Who knows?
Could smell you before I even came into the room. Yikes! So, can you stop Anatoly from leaving? I know he has cabin fever, but this is ridiculous.
Anatoly can make his own decisions.
Please? We don't need another one stalking the hallways, tapping on the windows, crying through the radio.
You have the sudden urge to scream.
Why do you think I've been using the mouse holes to get around? Scared to death that I'll run into her. Don't make me tattle the cabbage about you. She can be mean as potato if you get on her bad side. Just kidding. She's great. Anyways, when the time comes, just tell Anatoly you care about him. Don't want him to leave. Even if it's only for me. Okay? You can trust me.
Can I? I don't really know if I can trust anyone here.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to work on some new ice skates. They're for the frying pan tomorrow. Nothing beats sliding around in butter. Later!
You completely forget the conversation with Onion. You fall asleep again, still ravenous. You have a strange dream. A fox is collecting payment from you. You despise him, so you put 2 dogs in the bottom of the sack and add 6 chickens on top. The fox smiles at you and leaves. At some point in his journey, the fox will eventually open the sack, and the dogs tear the fox in half. Filled with such loathing for the fox, you gave him the only thing you had for food. Storm rages outside. As the snow piles up, you begin to eat whatever you can find. Pillowcases, candles, leather. One day you wake up and you have nothing left to eat. Absolutely nothing. A few days later you go mad and leave the cabin, completely ravenous. The trees begin to look like charred meat. You take a cut out of one, tearing your gums apart by the splinters. Your mouth fills up quickly with blood as you wade through the snow. Days later, a deer gallops by. The first creature in the woods to see your corpse. You wake in a cold sweat.